Hi all, Morgan from Madeira, USA here. Nancy Minnie, our lovely embroidery expert here at headquarters, is with us today to talk about one of our newer products, Polyester CR Metallic. If you're looking to experiment with specialty threads or have struggled with metallics in the past, this is the thread to try, and Nancy will be going into why that is. Be sure to say hi if you're watching live. Let us know if you've tried our new CR and what you think, and of course, if you have any questions, chime in here and we can answer them as best we can. With all that being said, Nancy, I will hand it over to you.
Thank you, Morgan. So she's been scanning all these colors as she's been talking, so you've had a good view of what we have. So not only do we have our golds, our silvers, and things like that, like a lot of the metallic threads do, we have so many jewel colors available. Not only that, you're going to see some shading that we can do with them. A lot of the colors have many different colors that you can shade with, so it's nothing like embroidery that has some shading, and it's great to makes a great presentation with the embroidery. So that being said, I'm going to talk about some boring stuff. We'll get over the
thing.
Let's get these statistics out of the way. So there's 42 or 40 plus colors that we have in those, so you can see all those pretty jewels, your golds, your silvers. You got a nice copper and a brown as well. So many colors to choose from. The greatest thing about this thread is it's all polyester. So there's a polyester core and there's a metallized wrap around it. So it's got that nice shiny look. Maybe focus in on that, Morgan, and just show how it shines and
so it's
shimmers.
going to run like a poly and look like a metallic.
Absolutely.
Sounds like a win-win, Nancy.
It is. So that's the greatest thing. So when you think about when you're running a machine, you don't have to change your speed. I do always like to point out that you don't always run at the highest speed that your machine can do. Slow it down a little bit. Whether you're using rayon or polyester, I don't know, 6, 7, 800 max stitches a minute is probably what you'd want to run your thread at, just so that the design can look the best it can. So whatever you're running your poly neon or polyester thread at now, you can also run that with the new CR Metallic polyester thread. So the speed doesn't have to change. You don't have to change your needles. Your 7511 needle is what you're going to use as well. If you're using a 70 needle or an 80 needle, either one of those will work. But at whatever your base size needle, you don't have to change it for this thread. So isn't that cool? Also, as a polyester, you can bleach it with the recommended doses of bleach versus water. So it's diluted bleach, but you can bleach it just like your poly neon thread. You can also, it's also Oeko-Tex certified. So the standard 100, so that means it's also great, not only great for your workwear, your everyday embroidery, badges and things like that, but you can use it on children's clothing as well, so that's awesome. What else? So many colors. We call it the game changer. So you're going to see. So actually one of our customers, I'm going to point out this bag right here. So this is Debbie Loomis. She's in St. Helens, Oregon, loves our polyester CR thread, and she embroidered this beautiful mandala design here in all these really warm colors. So it makes it really pretty. And notice a lot of the stuff that I have embroidered, there's a few white or lighter colors, but a lot of it I throw on black because it just makes those colors pop. So thank you, Debbie, for sending that to our customer service rep, Sherry. And Sherry is sharing that with us for our Facebook Live. Bobbins, when it comes to bobbin threads, you really never have to change what you're using. So these are our popular 308, 503 bobbins, and they are perfect for working with all of your embroidery threads, including the polyester CR. So isn't it great that you don't have to change anything?
I know, it sounds really convenient.
Yep.
Now you can just pop this into a design that's intended for a 40 weight thread, that's right?
Absolutely. Every one of these designs that you have here were digitized for 40 weight thread.
Perfect.
These are all stock designs. The majority, if not all of them, are from either Embroidery Library or Urban Threads, and simply stock designs digitized for 40 weight. Most of these have all of CR within them. Some of them are mixed with a frosted matte for variations. But one more thing I want to cover is the tension settings. We talked about this during our accessories recently, and this is simulating the back side of a column satin stitch. So your goal is to get 1/3 of that white bobbin thread showing on the back side with 1/3 of the top on both sides. So this is the reverse side of a satin column stitch. So just like with any other thread, I set this at the same tension as poly neon so that I can achieve that same look. So it doesn't matter what thread you're using, that's what the back side should look like.
Perfect.
For that. Color card, item number 100-65, and that's going to give you those 40 weight colors.
Awesome. Beautiful. I love the jewel tones.
I do too. Here we have a mixture of some CR that we put into I think it's like a French style design that they have, because they have some French writing behind that queen bee inside the design. But the purples up here are CR, where the lighter pinks are that frosted matte. Gave it a nice contrast.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This guy here is all that one color. I love I call it like a French knot look to the design. So it's almost like that hand embroidery, the French knot. And this thread really showed up really well with that. Over here, I have the cutest pair of overalls. Who doesn't like overalls?
Oh, cute.
So, toddler overalls with sweet as cherry pie.
That looks great on the denim.
It really does. Those two light greens gave the leaves a nice contrast with the pink for the flowers and the red for the cherries. Over here, Morgan, I think, was focusing in on this one, and I referenced the shading. So this moon with the stars, the thing that is missing there is the silver for the stars. Okay. But the two blues, the two teals are all kind of mixed in there, and it gave it that real nice shading. And then, of course, I used the silver for the stars. So that was awesome. Let's see. Here we have birch trees. I love birch trees. They're so pretty, especially when they're white. The birch trees are like 2 or 3 different grays plus a charcoal for the outlining of that in the frosted matte.
I love the mix of frosted matte with the high shine of the metallic. I think that looks really great.
I do too. So especially those leaves that look realistic for a birch tree was done in that. Not only, we talked about this. Whoops, sorry, I touched the microphone. I won't do that again. So this is simply cardstock.
Nice.
Cardstock design we downloaded online. That's typically used for, you could make cards out of it, obviously, out of cardstocks. But typically for your 40 weight rayon or polyester thread is what they're going to kind of assign the colors to. But I just substituted in the gold, the pink, and the charcoal for the leaves.
Looks great.
Yeah. 2 more we have here that we'll kind of look over. This owl. So everybody seems to love owls lately. Mm-hmm. And he's got some dark charcoals in there.
Oh yeah, I can see it here. The green looks great. That really stands out.
Absolutely. Where is that green, by the way? They are right here for his green eyes. One thing to really point out on this is I use frosted matte white. This is your standard white, and by itself it looks white. When you put it right next to that fluorescent white, which is a super bright white, you can see how it really pops. I like to pull the thread away. Yep. And that pops away. So not only was there the dark grays, there was also the silvers that were in there. And then last but not least, we have our compass rose with roses.
I love it.
This is probably, I think, one of the favorite colors that I like in here. And that's the outline and the arrow. And it looks a little bit rosy, even though that's not the rose gold. But that pink arrow, the ends of it.
Yeah, those are nice.
I mean, the whole thing is all solid, so it looks really nice. So you can see, even though it's slightly thinner than your 40 weight rayon or poly, it's barely, if noticeable at all, when you do the fills. And they feel them really good. So it's a game changer. You don't have to change your machine settings. You don't have to slow it down, run it at your normal speeds. Use your 7511 standard size needle. Ballpoints for knits and lightly woven, and your sharps if you're working on your denims, your canvas. It's polyester, so you can use diluted bleach with it and have fun. Oh, I even did the standalone lace.
Nice.
And that one as well.
So all kinds of projects you have here, Nancy. Thank you so much for all of that insight. All of these Polyester CR Metallic colors are available at MadeiraUSA.com, or if you'd like to call in your order at 800-225-3001, add a few cones, and you can do that as well. So that is all from us for now. Thank you so much for your time, attention, and interaction this afternoon. Be sure to check back here for more videos and embroidery products, tips, tricks, and techniques. We are Madeira USA, and we will see you next time.
See ya!